Hi, gay. Happy Pride. Be who you are for your pride. Don't hide. Anyway, happy Pride. Let's get into my May wrapped up. These are all the books I read in May. There's 17 of them. It was a good month, okay? I'll I'll take it. I'm finally officially out of my slump, y'all. It was like 2.5 months, but we're out of it and we're on the path. Anyway, I think a big part of me getting out of this slump is that one, I just read what I wanted. I don't think I can read one book at a time, I've realized. I do need like 3 or 4 reads going at once to get through anything. And also, I'm done for the semester. Hey, who else in the Southern Hemisphere? Who's on winter break? It's me. Everyone looks so happy doing their summer TBR, summer reads. The sun is coming out. It's raining right now, and I don't think I will see the sun today. Maybe not even tomorrow. I saw it for 20 minutes yesterday. A summer for me. It's fine. It's fine. Let's just get into the book. Oh my god. To start off the month, I read it's so pretty. The Color of Magic by Terry Pratchett. This is like cozy fantasy. Is that what you call it? Like cozy fantasy? They're just like fun little wacky adventures. There's this world that all of these books are set in. There's like 40 something books. That's not even all of them. But it's this world called Discworld, and basically it's a giant turtle with 4 pachyderms on its back that's holding the disc that all of these people live on. Don't ask me. And the turtle is crawling through space to who knows where. Who can never be sure. But it's just like fun little wacky adventures that take place on this world. This one follows Rincewind and Two Feather. They're just 2 little guys who hang out and travel around and get into hijinks. And I love it. I love it so much. And I wish that these books shipped out here. If I want these, it costs like an extra $25 per book to send out here. So I won't be continuing this series anytime soon unless I find the books out in the wild. You also do not need to read these in order. This is the first book, but you can start honestly anywhere because there's series within the series, if that makes sense. I'm gonna read them in order though because I'm insane. But I loved it. I loved it. It was so cute. I love them so much. I love this world. The lore. I'm a sucker for some lore, man. Then I read Different Seasons by Stephen King. I'm making my way slowly but surely through Stephen King. I'm reading his books chronologically because again, I'm insane. Don't do what I do, please. It's not fun. But this one was pretty good. It had Rita Hayworth, The Body, Apt Pupil, and Breathing Method. So it was 4 stories in one. I mean, Rita Hayworth is just Shawshank Redemption. The Body is Stand By Me. And Apt Pupil, apparently there's a movie my mom was telling me. Breathing Method is just like a short little kind of like bonus story, I guess, or like short story that he added at the end of this. So I don't think there's any adaptations of that. I don't think it needs an adaptation either. But it was okay. Like it was just okay. I've seen the movies, so I felt like I was just rewatching the movie, which like isn't bad. Like the movies are good. I just feel like I could have watched the movies and it would have done the same thing for me as reading the books. I don't know. Hey. Hey. But if you haven't seen the movies, I would recommend reading the books first. Then I read The Horror of It All by Adam Rockoff. I annotated the ever-loving crap out of this because I'm in New Zealand and I'm getting my master's and I'm doing horror movie music. So I need to learn about horror movies, which I already know a lot about, but I needed quotes specifically for my thesis paper. I wish I had a physical copy of Going to Pieces because I'm also reading that one now because that one focuses on slashers. This one is more like his memoir. This is more about his life and how horror has affected him as a person, which I think is kooky and fun. I have tried to read this book like 3 times before. I just had to buckle down, man. I had to sit with the audiobook and just get through it. It's not bad. It's just like, he's like such a man. And I can only read from a man's perspective for so long before I just like, I don't care. But I like horror enough that I put myself through this and I feel accomplished. Then I read Dead Girls Walking by, is it Sammy Ellis? Girl, they got me. YA, horror, paranormal. set at a summer camp. Well, yes. Was the beginning a little slow to start? Yeah, I was a little lost on like what the point was in the beginning, but we got there, and I loved it. I loved the ending, friendship, gays. It's queer. Oh shit. YA, horror, paranormal, summer camp, queer. It's a summer camp for queer femmes who are really into horror, which like, I wish this place was real because I would have gone. I would have put myself in this situation. I would have gone. Everyone was gay, everyone was having a good time, and it was crazy. And they're like, anyway, then I read Zero Lives Remaining by Adam Caesar because I'm waiting till August for Clown in a Cornfield 3. So I'm going through his backlist, and I read this. It was all right. It was cool. I can only read from a man's perspective for so long before I can't. It's grating. I'm grateful that this is so short. It was quick and it was easy. And the bonus story at the end, I really, really liked. Anyway, I didn't tell you what it was about. This is basically an arcade where a man dies in a pizza oven accident and then haunts the arcade. He gets points for creativity. I'll give him that. It was creative. It's creative. I don't know what to tell you. Then I listened to Lapidarium, which is basically the history, it's a nonfiction, history of gems and stones, but not really a history, more of like how they fit into history, like placing them in the context of history, which is not a subject I'm great at. I'm so bad at history. So did I retain anything from this book? Not really, no. No, sorry. I wish I did because it was cool in the moment, but I would have to go back and reread this again because I don't know. I don't know. They talked about Roman times, they talked about India, they talked about assassinations, I think. I don't know. I don't know what possessed me to pick this up thinking that I would enjoy it. I don't know. Then I read Zombie Sharks with Metal Teeth by Stephen Graham Jones. Again, waiting for I Was a Teenage Slasher to come out, reading his backlist. I saw Kayla at Books and Lala mention that she needed to read this for a video, and I was like, why this one? Why this short story collection? It's a short story collection. So I picked it up and I read it, and I was like, oh, there's a short story in here called I Was a Teenage Slasher Victim, which was also coincidentally my favorite story in this short story collection. This isn't my favorite Stephen Graham Jones short story collection, but I did like I Was a Teenage Slasher Victim. I liked Zombie Sharks with Metal Teeth, My Hero, and Little Monsters. Those ones were pretty good. The rest, I mean, it's pretty forgettable. They were okay. It was all right. It's one of his earlier works. I'm making my way through him, y'all. I've passed the halfway mark. He has so much stuff, which is like good for me, but also like, chill out, man. You know, chill out. Then I read Home is Where the Bodies Are by Geneva Rose. I don't want to talk about it. It was very disappointing. This is a thriller, which I did not know. It's about these 3 siblings. Their mom dies and they go to her house to basically like, you know, clear it out. The oldest sister has been living with the mom the whole time. So she was there when the mom died, and the mom like basically revealed something crazy to her as her like last words before she passed on. When I tell you I did not care about a single person in this book at all. I hated all 3 of the siblings. I hated everyone they ever talked to. I hated it all. It just made me so mad. And the twist was dumb. It's so disappointing too because like the book looks so nice, and I've seen the hardcovers that they have where it's like a VHS tape, like it has the case and everything and you can slide it, like it looks so cool, but I hated it so much. But I'm glad I didn't spend the money on it, but like I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed. Like I can't. This is what I mean when I say like thrillers are not for me. They just piss me off because everyone's so dumb. Then I read Squeak. I don't want to talk about it. It's super short. I saw it on TikTok. I was intrigued. I should have stayed curious. Let's just leave it at that. It's 2 sentient balloon animals that have been cursed by a witch, and there's a sequel. Do I read the sequel? Let me know. Let me know if I should read the next one because I don't know. I don't know if I should. It was like all build up. No. Anyway. Then I read The 50-Year Sword by Mark Z. Danilewski because I am a devoted House of Leaves stan, one of my all-time favorite books ever. I'm due for a reread. It's like genuinely one of the scariest things I've ever read, and I love it so much. And my coworker, who was also a House of Leaves stan, was like, have you read The 50-Year Sword? Like, you should read that. You would eat it up. And I was like, we have similar taste in books and movies, so I trust your opinion, sir. And he was right. He was right. I've seen reviews where people call this like kind of like corny compared to House of Leaves. I think look, you gotta separate them. They're not the same. This is how I feel when people like compare the old 1990 It to the 2017 It. Like, don't pit two queens against each other, please. That's how I feel. Because I read this and I was like, oh my God, love the writing style. I love the way it's set up. Like, I wish I had a physical copy, like an original physical copy, because it's like actually hand embroidered the pages in the original copies, and there was only like 100, I think, released. I want it so bad. I don't even know how to describe the book. It said, I think the back is like, one sword could kill a person, one sword could kill a country, and one sword could kill a story, or something like that. But like, when I tell you, I was reading this and I was like, this would be so amazing adapted for stage. I want to see a live performance of this book. I get to the end and I'm reading the author's notes. Turns out that's a thing. He does, like, they do that. They do live performances of this book. It's like, it's been performed. It's adapted for stage. I need to see it so bad. They do it around Christmas time too, because it's set during Christmas time. It's like this creepy old man comes to this orphanage to tell these children a story about this sword that he has. And I was like, well, yes, tell me the story. And he does. It's crazy though. I'm like, I need to see this performed live. Like, that is one of my life goals now. I need to see a live performance of this because I'm sure that shit goes insane. Then I finished The Lake by R. Carl Largent. Look at this fucking cover, bro. Does it not give Jaws? I mean, that's the point. It's supposed to give Jaws because this came out in like 93. So like, she's serving Jaws realness on purpose, even though this is absolutely nothing like Jaws. This is, I don't even know. It says, to save the environment, it had to be controlled. To save the people, it had to be stopped. To save the town, it had to be destroyed. The lake. Mind you, most of the story isn't even actually about the lake. Like, but it's just so fun and kooky and like a cheesy good horror time that like you have to keep reading. Like, what is not to love? Journalist in everyone's business. Incompetent police force. Like, giant monster fish with rotting flesh. Mysterious disease running rampant through town. Sentient fog, question mark? Well, yes, I will read it. And I did. It was a wacky fun time. It was great. I had a good time. Guys, I'm in now. The brain rot has set in. I'm in my romance bag. Do not give me romance recommendations, please. I know what I like. I know what I like. I don't need recommendations. Please. I'm just letting the girlies know the brain rot is there. We're here, okay? I see you. I read A Girl Like Her by Talia Hibbert. I need to talk to Talia. I have questions. I have questions and I have theories. But this is I don't know, would you call it like small town romance? Because they live in like buttfuck nowhere London. I don't know the keywords that I should be hitting here. It's about Ruth. She's our main girl. She's autistic. She does not leave her house. Everyone in this town has beef with her for some reason that you find out. And then this handsome new guy in town named Evan moves in next door. And they hit it off. Yeah. One thing about Talia, she's gonna write a man that is obsessed with the main girl. Evan was like on his knees for Ruth, and she was not. Oh my god, y'all, it's so good. It's so good. Their chemistry is so good. The banter. It's set in London, so the banter. Yeah, vibes. Yeah, get in it, get in it. Everyone's reading the Chloe Brown books, which I'm gonna get to. I'm gonna get there, but I'm making my way through this Ravenswood trilogy. I love them. I love them. I love them. Then I read Supplication. Guys, when I tell you, I genuinely don't know where I get my recommendations from. I swear they come to me in dreams or something, because I don't know who talked about this before I read it. I couldn't give you a synopsis either, because I don't know if there really is one, and I also don't know what I can tell you without spoiling. But I will say, if you liked The Center, I'm Thinking of Ending Things, String Follow, The Grip of It, really anything John Darnielle has written, if you vibe with those, get in there, because it's weird and I love it, and I ate it up. Also, if you've read anything John Darnielle has written, please talk. I love his books. Universal Harvester, y'all, Universal Harvester, Wolf and White Van, Devil House, like, please, I've read all of his books. Please talk to me about this man's books. I love his books. Oh my god. Please. Or if anyone knows if Simon's gonna write something new after String Follow. If you've read String Follow, please be my friend. This is genuinely one of my favorite books, and I don't know anyone else that's read it besides my mom. Books with this energy, like, I need more of them. It was good. Read Supplication. I loved it. It's short and sweet. The audiobook was like 5 hours. The book is not that long. Please. I read The House That Horror Built by Christina Henry. I did not like it, which is so disappointing, because I've read Christina Henry before. I read Near the Bone and I ate it up, but I also read The Ghost Tree and I did not eat it up as much. I think out of the three though, this one is the worst, which is so disappointing because it should be something that I like. It's about this lady who is a horror fan, right? She lives alone with her son. She's got this job working at this old horror director's house. She cleans his house for him, basically. Well, with him, like, he helps her clean the house, but it's just the two of them. He's got all of this horror memorabilia. He's like super secluded, like he doesn't leave the house anymore. He had like some crazy past thing with his son that people are kind of like, what's going on there? By all accounts, it should be a book I enjoy. I hated it. I was so bored. It was so repetitive. The twist was just like, I was not gripped at any point in time. There was no point in time where I was excited. It saddens me, it really does. I don't know, I feel like Christina Henry, I feel like her books are so repetitive. Like in Near the Bone, I feel like it worked because it's like isolation horror in the mountains. Like those books are meant to be repetitive, but like The Ghost Tree, it was like she had a good idea and then she just kept going, and she should have cut out 30 pages of that book. It would have been perfect. I feel like this one had nothing. There was nothing. You have to cut the whole book. Anyway, moving on. Every Tool's a Hammer by Adam Savage. Like, Mythbusters and how it's made were like raised me as a child. They really did. It's just Adam Savage being Adam Savage in a book, and he narrates it himself too. It's just him talking about his life and how much he loves science and how much he loves cosplay and like what got him on Mythbusters and like his career before that and just like his life. It's just so cute. It's so cute. He was talking about how much he loves cosplay and I was like, this is so cute. Oh my god. He's so committed to his craft. Then I read Damaged Goods, which is the novella in between the first and second book in the Ravenswood series. I don't know if I can tell you what this one was about because I don't know if that'd be spoilers for the first book. It's based on a girl who's in the first book. I didn't like her in the first book and I didn't like her in this book, and she was pregnant the whole time, and I do not fuck with pregnant people, y'all. I don't like it. It was all right. The redeeming quality of this one was the guy. Like he saved it, because I really was gonna DNF on like page 10, but he really saved it. He got me through. Thank you, Samir. I don't hate Lauren. I don't hate her. I just don't like reading about pregnant people, and she was pregnant. The last book I read this month was Dune by Frank Herbert. Guys, I did it. I did it. I read Dune. Please clap for me. Do you understand? If you watched the first video I have on here from like, I don't even know how many years ago, 2, 3, 4 more, like 3, 4, I don't know. I've been trying to read Dune for so long. It's been on my list. I've put it on damn near every TBR. This book is the reason I don't make TBR videos, because I make them and then I don't read anything on the list. I've tried to read this book. I have started this book like 5 times and I've never made it past the first part. But I did it. I finished it and I loved it. It's genuinely like I forget that I'm reading it and then I just put it back on my shelf and then I forget that it exists. This also, deceptive. Yes, this is falling apart. This is my mom's copy from like the 80s. This is over 500 pages. For this is under 400 pages. Look at that. These are Bible thin pages. I was immersed in the religion because of how thin the pages are in this book. They were talking about Muad'Dib and the Khazid Haderach, and I was there. I was like, yes, this is the Bible. They would reference the OC Bible and I'd be like, yeah, I'm reading it. Cause why are these pages so fucking thin? But I did it. I made it through. I feel so accomplished. Please clap for me. I can watch the movies now, guys. I haven't watched the movies yet because I was gonna read this. That's how long I've been trying to read this. Longer, actually. But I did it. I did it. I'm so proud of myself. Anyway, that's all the books that I read in May. Let's hope June is just as good, right? We're looking for a good month. It's the month of the gays. So Millie Bobby Brown, don't steer me wrong, girl. I'll see you when I see you.